be back at 9.
Great. I'm hoping we can get it through quickly. Just gonna give a few more seconds and then 8:30 we'll start.
Oh my today.
All right, 8:30, I'll start. This is a sustainable team meeting. First, I just want to go through the minutes from the last meeting, which very quickly, we just talked about the equity action, which was approved on our application, bike safety program, which had been delayed, but has since taken place. And then action 8, which was done by Lynn Brooks, which was design and implement the housing need. I'll just ask if there's any public comment. I don't think there is. So the next is that we're just going to go over in the agenda the community match funds, which were just completed. Well, we had community match funds, which were in progress, but they've now both been completed. One was for by the Friends of Bristow for the Bristow Bird Sanctuary. They raised the $10,000. They're getting their $10,000 match from Sustainable Connecticut for native plants and trees. And then Plan New Canaan raised $4,000, and they reached their match for $4,000 from Sustainable Connecticut for a pilot program of the food scrap collection at the transfer station. So those have all been completed. So we know we have no more community match funds going. But reach out to any organization you know of, because if they can raise money and it's something that is approved, they can match it. So no questions about that. The community match funds, pretty good cut. They're all completed. The fourth on the agenda was just the application review. The application was submitted August 25th. It was submitted with 270 points. We need 200 for bronze. However, I put in a lot of stuff there, which I thought might be kicked back. Unfortunately, we did have 50 points that were labeled as revised. They're for the solar panels on the buildings, on the 5-town buildings. Unfortunately, we didn't have the data yet on the kilowatts per hour produced, so it put under revised. We may be able to revise it at the end. They give us a week. I'm not too clear on that. So currently we have 220 points, and I contacted Sustainable Connecticut yesterday. They said we'll know by end of October, early November. If we don't get it, though, we should definitely get it for the spring, because we do have some programs. The community match funds we couldn't list in our application because they hadn't taken place yet. They will go towards the application, as well as we just completed a bike safety program with New Canaan Police Department. So that's all taken care of. And then the last thing, I'm going too fast, please stop me, is I emailed out some assignments based on kind of your level, your expertise. I just want to let you know that these assignments, we can choose to do them or not. Everything I mailed out was for a long look back period, because if we get our certification, we only have to start meeting once a quarter, and our certification is good for 3 years. So it would make no sense to start on a 1-year look back project. That's only for when you're being certified that year to do those. So, but everything I sent, and a lot of it I sent, like Kathleen, you'll know, I'm not too sure how we go about doing them. That's why I've sent them to people in their expertise. But that's why I sent them. They're all long look back periods, and we can decide if you don't, as a town, you don't have to do all the actions. Sorry, you have to do all actions, but each action has sub actions, many of them, and we don't have to do all of them. So that's what I have so far. Does anyone have questions? no.
So you said we have to do this every 3 years? To
Once you are
update it every
certified,
3 years?
yeah, so once you are certified, you have to be recertified, but you have 3 years between the certification process. So like an example, Darien was certified last year, so they have another 2 years before they have to reapply. But some of your actions are long-term. So some of them
Right.
will, it's not like you'll be doing a lot of the educational programs again. You'll be doing your equity action program again. But some, like Lynn, what you did with the housing, that's probably done every 3 years, but just as an update. But yeah, it's every 3 years. And then if we get the bronze this year, the goal is that the next time around, you're looking to get the silver. And I believe the only towns around here that are silver are Greenwich and Fairfield. So that's it. Any questions about what I sent for people? If you didn't receive an action, it was because with your level of expertise or what you're focused on, all the actions were within that 1 year look back period. And there's no point in doing any of those until we know if we've been certified or not.
Okay. Because I know that the Nature Center has a land management program that we hired a consultant for in the fall. Of course, we haven't been able to really implement it, but we're still working on it, and we will be. But I think if it would be nice, Robin, to sit down with you so you could see it, to see what how it might qualify. But if we don't need it now, I guess we can wait until later. But it's a very comprehensive plan of the habitats and how to maintain and restore habitats at the Nature Center.
Yeah, and that would be great. And I'll definitely look at that. And if we don't get certification end of October, early November, then that's something we can definitely, sounds like, apply towards one of the actions.
Right.
But it also sounds like we can apply it if we need to be recertified in 3 years.
Right.
So yeah.
But then we would have some results from it, obviously.
Okay. Great.
Then it says on this first action, develop an open space plan. I mean, we have that. Then the town has that with the land trust.
Yeah, that was submitted.
That was already submitted? Okay. All right.
That
The
was
general open space plan from 2018, that one?
Yep, that was submitted.
Because the Land Trust has a new strategic conservation plan that maps out all of the areas in New Canaan that are at risk of being developed. And it goes into soil and water resources, all kinds of things. And we just passed that. So that to me seems like it would be something that we could use.
Yeah, so that was just done by Land Trust?
Yeah, it's on their website. And there's a really big map that shows all the areas in town that are sensitive, for open space for various reasons.
And this is different from the 2018.
Yeah, this was just done. It was done through the Yale School of Forestry. Some students there did this very in-depth evaluation using all kinds of state.
Oh, but this was done this was on the website over the summer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's
no,
on the website now.
Yeah.
Susan, did that include the Nature Center?
It includes the whole town. I think the purpose for us was to identify possible land that we could have donated or acquire to go along with property that is already set aside. But it goes through the whole town. Yeah, it does include the Nature Center, I think. I mean, you can look at it. It's page 13 on the Strategic Conservation Plan on our website.
Okay.
It's a very
on the
in-depth
application.
map. But are we supposed to be doing all this together, or are we supposed to be highlighting what individual groups do? I mean, are we supposed to be highlighting what the town as a whole is doing?
I'll be honest, because of the COVID and the Zoom, it's kind of difficult. That's why I sent out the individual, this is your area of expertise, because I think it's just a little difficult to do this over Zoom. But I mean, really for this is just to get us certified, and then go from there. So I think we just want to get on the map, because Greenwich is on the map, Darien's on the map, Wilton's on, all of our neighbors are are certified. I think that if we do get certified for the 3-year outlook, that's when we'll come together and go over these things more, and hopefully in person, because I hate Zoom. But yeah, I mean, the hope is to do that. I think for right now during COVID, when everything was shut down and when Sustainable Connecticut said, no, we still are taking applications, was just to kind of grab everything that had already been done and put something together and submit it.
Okay.
But the reason why I sent all the emails with what could apply to your area was just to take a look at it, all 3-year long look backs, and start thinking of a plan. So when we do come together, each person could present what could possibly be done. Sorry, Kathleen? Sorry, Kathleen, did you have a question? You're not muted. I hate Zoom. All right, Kathleen, are you still trying to? Okay, I think Kathleen had a question, but I can't hear her. Okay, I can't hear. Can anyone else hear Kathleen, or is it just me?
No.
Okay.
I can't hear her either, but it also, if you look under participants, she doesn't even have her microphone, doesn't display that she has her microphone at all.
Yeah, okay. So that's it. Any other questions or?
Robin, I had a quick question. For any of the emails that you sent out to people to work on individually, does any of it need to be like actions that we need to fund in the budget to do with outside assistance, or is this something that we do individually?
So what I sent, and I just sent and said we discussed at the meeting, is I just wanted for people to look at those actions if you haven't gone through Sustainable Connecticut, the actions, and looked at them. And then if you could look at them and then come back at the next meeting with an idea of what needs to be done. Because like Kathleen brought up, I sent her some actions and she said, well, we'll need a budget for this. So those are things that we'll need to know. We'd have to go through the Conservation Commission, but they do have a budget for Sustainable Connecticut. Whether it's approved or not, whether there would be enough money for these items. And then once again, whether you think these items, we should even try to go for them. I mean, some items on the actions, like with Tiger, you said, but with brownfield sites, maybe not something we want to do, or there could be other items we don't want to do. We don't have to do all of them, of the sub actions. So it's really more for you to look at them. So the next time we meet, if we don't get certified and we need to start working on them faster, to let me know what needs to be done and need budgets and go from there.
Robin, how likely do you think it is we'll be certified?
I don't know if in the revised period, they give us a week. They said that for us to revise, we can't add anything onto it. So we can't add our community match funds, which were finished. We can't put on the bike safety program, because all of those together would be, I think, another 25 points. But as long as we can put in the data from the solar panels we didn't get in time for the application, we should get those 50 points. So I think it's
likely.
I think we will.
Yeah.
I think don't want to say it's likely, but I think it's very likely we'll get it for the spring if we don't.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm giving all those actions were 3-year long or more actions, so we can use it for the next certification time frame, and it gives people time to look at them, to think about if the budget needs to be done, what needs to be done to prepare for those actions.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Great. So I would say the actions I sent based on your area, just take a look at, and then we are signed up for the next meeting just in case we don't get certified from a month from today. I'll send out the agenda. And then at the next meeting, just let us tell us, what you think of each of your actions, if you want to pursue them, and what is required, and we will go from there.
Okay.
Excellent. Great. Thank you.
Tell me again the date, Robin, the date for the next meeting?
It's a month from today.
Okay.
It's
If you
on
could
the,
send out just a save the date with the link in it, it would be helpful. So we can get it in everyone's calendar.
Yeah, I'll do that actually right now. I got it from Pam. But yeah, so that is it, and I will. Yeah, so we're good to go. So once I find out, I will email everyone, and then hopefully in a post-COVID world, this will be a lot easier to do. I do want to say once again, if you do know organizations in town, it doesn't have to be a town, they can be nonprofit, they don't even have to be nonprofits, but if they have an environmental activity they want to do, pass them through to me for Sustainable Connecticut, because we might as well, if you can raise money, they'll match it, we might as well get the free money.
What
So,
about churches? What about the churches that are undertaking
So the
initiatives?
churches would be a good example in the, actually I spoke to someone at, who was it? At St. Mark's.
St.
About
Mark's.
the Gospel Garden.
Yeah,
because in
Margaret,
March-
the gospel. Yeah, the
Yes.
Gospel Garden is a food program that that services the food pantry, and there was a coordination with the Congregational Church. There's also, with Planet New Canaan for the Mayfair, the reduced use of plastics and those things.
So,
but it's those churches are okay.
Right, but I did speak about the Gospel Garden. The Gospel Garden, if it wanted to be enlarged, is something that could definitely be used for Sustainable Connecticut currently, the way their guidelines are. Even if you needed fencing, because it is something that needs to be open to the public, and though that's not open to the public, it does give to the food banks. So that would definitely be up there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely use
Okay.
that. Or at least try, go out to them. But if you look on the project, the gardens for food banks were part of some of the previous projects. So that's all good.
And when the Nature Center's antique greenhouse goes down, another community garden will be built there.
Sorry, Linda, what was that again?
There is a plan to level the antique greenhouse that's before the town whenever they can. Another community garden. We have a community garden already.
Oh, yeah. So,
but another one will be built there.
Yeah, that's definitely something we should reach out to Abe at the Sustainable Connecticut Matching Fund to see if that's something that they can raise money for with a Sustainable Connecticut match.
Okay, good.
This is.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, Robin? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Linda was saying that they're looking to put in another vegetable garden for growing for the food pantry. Is that correct, Linda?
Well, it's for the community. It's for the community use, and certainly some of the produce could be, for the
Oh,
food
okay, so
pantry.
with
Are you
Oh,
saying
sorry,
that
you're
where we're taking down the greenhouse, converting that to,
Yes.
okay, all right. I sorry, I had someone in my office, I thought it was that we were raising money to keep the greenhouse because I'm trying to,
Oh,
I apologize.
Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
Yeah, sorry, Linda. I was on St. Mark's when you were saying that, so I was confused too.
Okay.
Yes, that could be something you can always ask, and I don't know, but one of the things that was in our application was agricultural plots, which the Nature Center has, and that would be
Yes.
the continuation of that, so that might be. Please remember that Sustainable Connecticut Matching Fund is a little loosey-goosey, and they're kind of finding out what they're doing. So they, we do one thing and they kind of change it, so we can always try.
Sure.
Sorry, Kathleen did have a question. She said she can hear the conversation, she can't talk, and she was wondering if we can get a presentation from Nikki Dykes from Connecticut Green Bank to explain the process and program to the group. I'm assuming she means the CPACE program, which is the Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy Program. We did have someone from the Green Bank, I'm forgetting his name right now, come in June to explain the program. And if you go to the conservation page on New Canaan, on the town website, the video from that program is on the conservation page. So if you're interested in that CPACE program, Kathleen, you can just go to the conservation page, and we're telling people to go there. And that's it. All right, and then Tiger, since you're here, because it was one of the initiatives, the composting at the transfer station, we can just, where is that going? Where's the space for it? Because I think we're gonna have the money soon.
It's going right on the side of the building. So it's ready to go. Just all they got to do is drop off the toters. Donnie said, bring them over. We're done. So it's
Okay.
on the side of the building. We're very close. So that way, when they come to dump their garbage or dump their recycling, they don't have far to walk. So it's right
Okay,
on the
Katie,
side of the building.
All right, Katie Owsley, Plan New Canaan, she'll be in touch with you because I know she's working on the signage right now, and we'll, part of that fundraising was for signage.
Okay, do you have to spend the money on the signage? Or, because
Yeah.
we had money set aside for signage, but if your money could go elsewhere, I don't want to.
Nope, it's got to go for the program. So
Okay.
it was to that the town for the pilot year didn't have to pay for anything. So
There we go. Okay.
there we go. Excellent. Okay, that's it. Quick and fast, just an update. And once again, I do hope that we can meet post-COVID because I'm not great with Zoom and I hate this. That's it.
You're doing fine. Bye.
Thank
Hard to
you.
get people to the page. But yeah, so I will send out the email to save the date for the next meeting and we'll go from there.
Robin, one last thing. When you send out your save the date email, could you just list all the different actions that everyone's looking at? Because everyone's looking at it individually right now. It'd be really helpful if as a group we know what everyone's looking at, so we're not double doing it work.
Right. Yep. I'll just send that out. Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.